Hi, my name is Kimberly Holmes, and I'm the CEO and president of Marriage Helper. I am so glad that you're here. At Marriage Helper, our passion is saving marriages. That's what we do. We've been doing it for over 20 years with thousands and thousands of people. We have a staff full of people who are dedicated and have given their lives to saving marriages. The people on our staff have not only experienced marriage problems themselves, but they've also overcome those and made their marriages even stronger than ever. We haven't only done that with our staff, we've done that with the thousands of people that we reach every month, every year, through our website and through the courses that we have and through the workshops that we hold. I wanted to invite you to be a part of our Marriage Helper community, and there's a couple of ways that you can do that. We have a really strong Facebook group called Save My Marriage. You can look for it on Facebook, or if you join our mailing list, it'll be in the links of the emails that you will receive. The Facebook group is full of people who are encouraging and helping to guide you through saving your marriage, and it also includes our staff as the admins who can give you pinpointed advice of specific questions that you have along the way. I also want to invite you to be a part of our email list. We'll send you the best articles, the best podcasts, and the best resources that we have to help you in your specific situation in saving your marriage. We also have a podcast on iTunes called Marriage Radio. You can subscribe to it, and you can see all of the backlogs and also get all of the recent ones that we get. Marriage Radio, while it is a podcast on iTunes, also happens live every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. It's a live call-in radio show, so you can call in at 9 o'clock on Tuesday nights, or you can go to marriageradio.com on Tuesday nights as well, and you can listen to it live. And if you have a question, you can call in and you can ask your question live on air with our marriage experts. One of the resources that we have available is called Marriage Recovery. If your spouse has been involved in an affair, then that would be the absolute best thing for you to start going through right now. It goes through how the affair started, what you can do about the affair now, what you need to know when you're trying to overcome the fact that your spouse has had an affair. It goes into really deep detail on all of those subjects. On the flip side, we have something called Decision Point. The Decision Point series is even taught by people who have experienced affairs themselves, so they understand what you're going through. They're not going to try and preach at you. They're not going to judge you. You're not going to get coerced into feeling guilty, even more guilty than you probably already feel. It is the best next step you can take when trying to decide if you want to save your marriage. Another thing that we offer is a 10-week course called the Save My Marriage course. This course has been absolutely astounding in the strides it's made in people's lives. It started out as a course to help a person who is the person standing for their marriage, but they can't get their spouse to engage in marriage help with them. So we call those the standing spouse. It was made for the standing spouse. It's 10 weeks, and it goes in detail about the plans that you can make in trying to save your marriage and to re-engage your spouse into the marriage. But it's done so much more than that. The Save My Marriage course has ended up being a strong community of people who are learning, desperately learning what they can do to save their marriage, but also it's a community of people there for each other. They're going through our coursework, they're doing the different things that we're instructing them to do, and not only have they made really great relationships with the other people in that course, but also they've seen amazing transformations in their marriage. Their marriages aren't perfect, but many people, their spouses were gone and they ended up taking a trip together, or they were able to convince their spouse to get marriage help with them, a spouse that wasn't there at all, a spouse that had moved out, that was gone. Communication has been open. There's been amazing strides towards getting that perfect marriage, or at least as good as it can be, in that Save My Marriage course. It's 10 weeks long. It's really intense. It has a lot of weekly group coaching calls, a lot of things where you need to start thinking about how you can do what's best for you, no matter what happens to the marriage, but it really does focus on trying to save the marriage. And finally, the most effective thing that we do at Marriage Helper is our Marriage Helper 911 workshop. It has a 77% success rate at saving your marriage. We have 80% of the people who come to the workshop, one of the spouses has no desire to be there. They only came because they would get a better deal in the divorce or to clear their conscience. They don't want to be there. We still have 3 out of 4 of those couples save their marriage and are still together 7 years later. It's an absolutely marriage transforming workshop. If there's any chance that you can get your spouse in some way or another to go to that workshop, that is what we recommend above and beyond everything else. If you can get to that workshop, we would love to have you. And if you want to talk to our staff about ways that you can try and convince your spouse to attend that workshop with you, we would love to speak with you about those things. But if you can't get to the workshop, we still have other ways to help you. We have, like I said, our Facebook group. We have our articles on our website. We have marriage recovery. We have Decision Point, and we have the Save My Marriage course. I would love to see you in any of those. And finally, but not least important, is our prayer team. If you would like to be prayed for, if you are saying, you know what, I can't do this alone, I feel like I need a group of people to be praying for me, we have that. You can join that by emailing prayerteam@marriagehelper.com, and you can submit your prayers there. If you want them to be anonymous, that's completely fine. If you want your first name included, that's fine as well. Send your prayers into the prayerteam@marriagehelper.com, and we'll put you on our prayer list, and we'll be praying for you. Now, what happens when you go on our prayer list is every Monday morning, all of those prayers are sent out to our prayer team, and that's not just our staff. It does include our staff, but it also includes over 100 other people at the time of this video, I'm sure it's grown since then, who are members of our Facebook group or who are on our email list, who have stood up and said, I want to pray for other people. It is a group of prayer warriors who have committed an hour a week to pray for you. If you want to be a part of that, I strongly encourage you to do so. Even if you don't have a belief in Jesus, if you think, you know what, I still think that prayer might work for me, we would love to pray for you no matter what your religious background is, because we believe in the power of prayer. I'm so glad that you found us at Marriage Helper. Anything that we can do for you, we're here to help.